everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. What are we taking a look at today? Well, today, first of all, we have a thank you to Scott, Big Boar Knife and Gear, for loaning us this knife for review. He actually loaned us several, and it has been just an absolute blast getting some of these knives in hand and being able to play with them and check them out. It's been wonderful. So, the one thing I don't have on this is actually a price. I did not write that down. And I don't know if Therapeutic Edge has his notes around here where he wrote down the price. I do not see that. All right, so I do not have a price. I will have to go back and put that down in the comments when I find that out. Now, this is a fun little knife. I love this one. This is the PMP Spartan, as I said. You're getting this nice N690 blade. You've got a beautiful full flat grind on this. I mean, just a nice little belly on this one. You have a great stone wash on that, if you guys can see that. And really, you have two methods of deployment on this one. So it is a front flipper, which I actually was playing with earlier, and because of the smaller size, I'm actually able to front flip this one, which is really nice. It is also a Spidey flicker, which for some reason, I cannot get my finger in there as well to flick it. Actually, if I gave this a drop of oil, it may actually flip a little bit better. But, so I am having fun with this one because you know that I have issues with front flippers. So this is a perfect example of a smaller knife being easier for me to front flip, and I do like that. Now, these handles are actually G10. It's stainless steel liners, if you can see in there. They are skeletonized in there, which is really nice. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, if I can get the right angle in there. But it is skeletonized, and it does run on bearings. Now, unfortunately for my lefties out there, this is a right-hand carry only, so sorry. You know, I always try to find some left-hand love too. But again, this did come in from a friend of ours. So in that case, hey, I'm okay with it. Now, this knife has been a lot of fun. It is, to me, just the absolute perfect size. See, failed the flip. It's all in how I hold it. And get a little wrist flick to it. There we go. Your clip is just going to be stainless steel. It's got some really good retention on it too. It doesn't have a very high ramp. Your screws are on the outside. It is not a true deep carry. You are going to have about, well, let's actually stick. We'll use a little coals here. So you are going to have about a little over a ½ an inch, just a tiny bit over a ½ an inch out of pocket. Not bad, but I have to tell you, this rides so well in the pocket. It is very, very comfortable. It is pretty well centered. Again, it's not our knife, but this is how it came to us, and I believe Scott's used this. So, it has, I just want to throw a drop of oil on this, and I just may have to do that for him. It is a 3.25 inch, so well, actually, yeah, it's about a 3 1/4 inch blade, and your cutting edge is going to be right at 3 inches. Okay. Your handle, or your closed length, is going to be just over 4 1/4 inches. So that's a good length, which is going to give you an overall of 7 1/2 inches. So if we want to compare that to, let's get some comparisons out of the way right away. We do have the Rat 1. You can see, I consider this a, well, we're going to go medium on this one. It definitely, because of the blade size and everything, though, it has more of a feel to it. It feels more of a larger size to me, like it can do more of a larger size work. We'll see it there next to the Delica 4. As you can see, it's about the same size, almost exactly the same size, actually. And let's take a look at it next to the Bug Out here. And the Bug Out is going to be a medium-sized blade. So there you are. Medium, so you can see that that also is considered medium. And lastly, for those of you that don't have either of those knives, let's take a look at it next to the Rat 2. Hello, son. My son just came home. So next to the Rat, or the Rat 2. So as you can see, it is definitely a medium-sized knife, but I love the handle on this. It is so ergonomically, it fits just so well in my hand. And you guys all know that I have smaller hands, but I'm loving how this fits. You do have some jimping on the back of your blade here, and of course that is also going to allow you to front flip your knife easier. You do have some jimping on the back end here, and you also have the ability to put lanyard in if you so choose. Now, I know a lot of you are not a fan of liner locks. This is a liner lock. You have a bit of a recess in your finger area here, your scale. So that allows you to get to that liner lock much easier. This has just been a fun knife. Like I said, it rides in the pocket like an absolute dream. I am loving it. It is only 3.3 ounces, so that is a very nice light knife. I do love the fact that you've got a nice belly, and I love the upsweep on this because the cutting really lets you pull, and then you can get, you know, right up on it. So if we're showing you, you know, right up on that, and it's just wonderful. This has been fun. I actually use this, so I was cutting out some what do you call it, some vinyl the other day, and I was actually holding it kind of like a pencil. And what was nice is on the big long cuts, I could just go down and get right in there in the tip, and then I was able to really get in there with that fine tip, that fine point on this. So that was really, really nice. This is one, even though it is so big, I would probably use this one to do some whittling with, just because I think it would be super effective. You know, you get in there and just kind of, you like my sound effects? Yeah, that's effects that, that's the sound it makes when I whittle. We did use this one on salami. Yes, we absolutely clean the knives. Don't worry about that. Very simple. Again, a lot of these knives that we've had in lately have been a little simpler in design, but so very useful. And I really, really do like that. I'm just looking at the blade edge here. Yeah, you guys, this has been a fun knife. You know me, I love my medium-sized knives, but I love the fact that this kind of gives me a large knife feel to it. And, you know, and meaning that you know, your blade is much smaller on, say, your bug out. And I like that you get kind of that bigger knife feel. I mean, it's almost like a, I don't want to say it, but it's almost kind of like spatula-y because it's so big on the end. So, good cheese spreader. But yeah, you guys, absolutely loving this one. I really wish I would have had the price on this, and I do not. As I said, I will put that down in the description down there. You can choke on you can hold this one back. I can still get a full 4 fingers on it. But being that I do have smaller hands now, diagonally, my hand is going to be 4 inches, and straight across it's going to be 3. So you're looking at about 4 inches this way if I hold it this way. I'm going to tend to choke up on this one a little bit more because of the way that the handle is curved. I kind of want my last finger, my pinky finger, to sit right here, right at the edge. And that's what it does. Now, if you had larger hands, you would still be able to get your finger kind of on the back end of it, I imagine. And I don't have a therapeutic edge here right now to show you, but all around this has been very comfortable. The edges can be, after a little while, can feel a bit sharp. Now, it's really not sharp to the touch, really, but it could be, that would be my only thing, is it could be rounded just a tad more, smoothed down just a little bit. Because prolonged use is definitely going to, you can see where it's, you know, the line. So if I'm holding it, I'm using it for a long time, and I'm pushing and I'm pushing, you can see the lines here. That's where it's going to get a little bit aggravating. But for the most part, and for what I've used it for, it has been very comfortable. You have just enough grip in your scales that you don't feel like you're going to lose your grip. There's just enough texturing. Very, very subtle. It's very subtle. But, you know, like I said, very comfortable. I'm really, really liking this one. Hang on one second, you guys. And let me check something out here. All right, so the reason I paused it is because I wanted to be able to finger flick it. So what did I do? I actually just put a little knife pivot lube on it because I wanted to check that out. Now, as I said, it is a front flipper, and one that if I hold it right, And my thumb is just getting so sore from playing with knives. It is a Spidey flicker. Now it is flicking because I did put a little oil in it. So it was a little bit dry, but you are able to Spidey flick it. And you see that one just totally failed. But yeah, you get that knife, get that lube in there and let it, you know, play with it for a little while. It's going to open up really nicely. So, huge fan of this knife. Definitely want to get one of these. As I said, I'll put the price down in the description. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hey, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. It definitely helps out the channel. I'd love to hear you guys, have you guys here all the time. Hit that like button for me. It does definitely also help the channel. And as always, feel free to leave me a comment down in the comment section. You know, I love talking to you. Feel free to ask any questions, leave any comments. And until next time, thank you so much for joining me.